Authors Dr. Joe Cribb and David Glover have updated their 2018 book, Don't Worry About the Robots, with new sections on the impact of COVID and AI on the workforce. They believe it comes at a critical time given the very high rates of redundancies across industries and the massive change businesses are dealing with. David, thank you very much for joining us.
Sure.
Now, you've rewritten this book. Why have you done that?
Times have changed since 2018, and the book was focused on technology, its impact on the workplace and what we can do about it. And a lot has happened in technology in that time. And probably the two big headlines is COVID really transformed the workforce and the workplace and where we work, and technology was a big part of that. And of course, in the last 2 years, we've seen large AI models come through, and there's a whole bunch of new challenges for workers and for company owners and managers in both those areas.
Around the time you wrote that book, I seem to recall that the government was sort of working with big business about the future of work. That seems to have dropped off a little bit.
It does. I think we've, if we look back on those days, perhaps they were happier days to the ones we faced since. In fact, I mean, there's a famous book that's just been published that makes the argument that 2019 was the best year in human history and it's downhill from now on. Mm-hmm. I'm not that negative, but since that time we've had massive disruption with COVID, and now we've got massive economic challenges, and we have geopolitical challenges that we didn't have, and we have climate change. So a lot has happened since then.
So one of your chapters is about AI, which is obviously a big interest to everybody. But why did you choose to sort of lay out exactly what's going on in AI?
This, I hasten to add, this is not a technical book on AI. Many people in business will already have a good knowledge of the opportunities. But what we wanted to do, though, was lay down for those who are not fully engaged with AI a bit of the backstory and why it has changed so rapidly. And in essence, the linking of large language models to hyper-fast communication, and the fact that we can all get in on our phone now is what's changed. So we wanted to create a sort of a base level of understanding of AI, and then we started to look at what's the potential impact to the workforce and what various organisations from the IMF, etc., thought was going to happen in terms of disruption.
I mean, many people are concerned about AI for the reason of replacing jobs, for example, but also because some of the way the models have been created are biased, for example. What is your take on it?
I believe technology is morally neutral. It's the humans that decide how they're applied, and there are bad actors and there are good actors. Generally, if we look at the history of technology, it's been used for good. It's lifted billions of people out of poverty, it's made organisations more productive, and it's created wonderful inventions and innovations. Which is not to say we don't need to manage the potential risks around AI. And it is so new and it is moving so quickly that things like regulation are not changing as rapidly as the AI developments, and that is a period of risk for us.
If you are a small business owner and you could potentially replace some of your workers with AI, though, what do you think should be running through your mind?
Most of the research currently suggests that AI will not replace one-for-one workers. It's an enhancement, it's an additional tool. So if you think of when desktop publishing came out in the 80s, I was in the advertising business, and half the designers and art directors thought they were going to lose their jobs. The ones that lost their jobs were the ones who didn't learn how to use desktop publishing for their design and art direction. So in the same way, AI is a host of tools that can make us more productive at our different roles. And it's about adopting it and using it, just in the same way as we now use software programs and laptops, because they make us more productive and it's more practical.
And just finally, in terms of the entire book, what's the message that you're really trying to send to business people?
The message is businesses need to engage with this. They need to roll up their sleeves. Most of these new AI developments are available for free on your phone, on your computer very easily. So the first thing is to play with it and to take the mystery away. It's not that scary, and you don't need to know everything that's going on behind the scenes. What you need to know is what it can do for you. And the second thing is, for businesses in particular, what are the productivity gains? What is the market research? What are the sales proposals? What are the automated routines that you can put together pretty easily that will make you, particularly as a small business, far more productive?
David, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For more content just like this and all the latest business and political news, head over to mbr.co.nz.